How's it going? What's up, man? Do I need to put anything on, or am I good?
Good to go.
Good to go. How are you guys doing?
So, was it worth the wait?
It was. Yeah, my heart dropped a little bit, but yeah, for sure it was. That was a crazy feeling. It felt like a dream. So I'm pumped up. Yeah.
Does it feel better that they traded to get you too? Like that's gotta be a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a cool feeling. I'm super blessed to be in the position I am, and just trying to make most of the opportunity. So I'm ready to go right now. So yeah.
What did Gary say to you when you walked up and shook his hand?
Yeah, he was just super pumped up. He was surprised I played football. I was from a high school, so that was kind of cool to meet him. I've always wanted to meet him, and I've always seen him on the TV and stuff. But yeah, it was a dream come true tonight.
When it comes to the high school football, you mentioned this before. How important is it that you play that one final season in the fall with the Hornets?
It's super important for me to play that season just because I want to stay loyal to my teammates. I think I'm a captain on the football and hockey team. I think it really shows my leadership role when I really want to play another year of high school football and have the chance to do something special with my teammates. I set goals for the football and hockey career, and that's to win a state football championship in hockey, and I've been willing to do that in hockey, but not in football. So I think to have the opportunity to do that would be super special with a good group of guys. So yeah.
And does this jersey scare away any D1 football teams that might think there was still a chance of getting you?
I mean, I hope it does because I want to pursue hockey. So I'm 100% all in on hockey, and yeah, I'm really excited.
How big a conversation point was that when you were talking to teams before the draft?
Yeah, I think that was kind of the main topic, is just kind of whether bigger football teams would come in and stuff, and kind of the I guess accountability on really playing hockey and pursuing hockey. But I made it really clear that the only goal is to try to win a state championship, and that's kind of the only goal, is to just win a state championship, be loyal to my teammates and my community, and then head to Fargo after that and get going with hockey.
You know, Anders Lee was in the same situation.
Yeah.
He dropped to like the 4th round, so I guess it's good that you didn't drop that. People that are more believing in you, but how well do you know that Anders Lee?
I know him well. Yeah, we talked like 4 or 5 times before kind of committed to Michigan State, and then I'll probably talk to him after this. But he's a really great guy. I think it was nice to really get advice from someone who kind of went through it. Obviously, you can talk to your parents, you can talk to people from community, but it's kind of hard to find a guy that kind of went through the same thing. So it was super cool to talk to him and meet him and kind of learn about his process, and then kind of have him guide me through a little bit to my process. But yeah, he's a really great dude.
You talked to me when you already knew that you were going to definitely pursue hockey, or was he part of helping you make that decision?
He was a little bit a part of that. I think right after I chose to pursue hockey, I called him and then asked him about like the recruiting process and more about the NHL Draft and the combine. So I'm really blessed to have that support system around me, not just my family, but also kind of people who went through it.
In terms of your development, what happens next year? What's your focus when you go back to Fargo?
Yeah, obviously, kind of taking a different approach this year. I kind of joined a new hockey program in Powers Performance, so I'll try to do that 2 or 3 times a week during the football year and try to skate 2 or 3 times a week, just to stay fresh and polished on my edges and be ready to go for Fargo. I think the biggest thing for me is developing physically. I think I can really be physically dominate people on the ice. I think gaining weight's a big thing for that, so I want to try to gain like 10 pounds for the Fargo season, then bring that into the hockey season and be ready to go for Fargo. So I'm kind of taking that different approach of skating a ton during the football season and getting ready and getting my body ready and polished up.
What's your biggest strength in pro comparison?
Yeah, I would just say the hockey sense. Obviously, I really think I don't cheat the game. I think a lot of players, I think I really have a sense for where I need to be on the ice, and I can kind of see that quarterback in me on scanning and passing. I think I'm a really good passer, so I try to bring that passing ability from football, maybe throwing Hail Marys into hockey a little bit. So I think that's one of my biggest assets, is just knowing the game and not really cheating the game at all.
And pro comp?
I'd say Tage Thompson. Yeah, I think we both are good when we shoot the puck. I think it's kind of fun. It's hard to find a player like me, I guess, because I think I'm a unique player. I think I want to be like Tage Thompson, but I also want to be my own player and be unique in that way and try to do things that a lot of tall players can't.
Being a USHL guy, does it give you a little extra comfort knowing that Jeff Blashill is the head coach right now in Chicago?
It does, yeah. I'm really excited to meet him and see what his path was to getting there, and I'm super excited to get going, but yeah, for sure.
And if you told yourself a year ago you'd be sitting in this chair, what would the reaction be for Mason? Because I heard that you didn't even know it was your draft year.
I did not know it was my draft year at all. Yeah, no, I did not know my sophomore year. So I think I tried to make most of every opportunity when it came up to me. I think it just gave me more motivation to work hard and achieve my goal and achieve my dreams. And obviously I did that tonight, but I think my next dream is to play in the NHL for a long time and make an impact for a team. So for sure.
Are you gonna? Sorry.
When you look at Chicago today, they had a bunch of picks, 3 picture lottery last one, Bedard 2 years ago,
Yeah.
Chanoff last year. The rebuild is kind of accelerated here, and now you're going to be a part of it. When you look at that and you realize the opportunity that's before you, what are your thoughts about that?
I'm super excited. I love the hearing that they're rebuilding, and I can be maybe a part of that rebuild. So I'm super excited because I really think I'm still developing as a player and raw as a player. So I think once I really start to focus and tone in on the hockey and the little things, I really can help me become a better hockey player, but also become a better human being overall. I think that's one of the big things for me. I want to become a better hockey player, but also become a better person in the process. I think obviously going to Michigan State can help me with that, but I'm super excited to be a part of that rebuild, as you say, and I'm pumped up.
Did you get to watch those cup runs with Kane and Taves?
I did, yeah. So it's funny because I was actually a Blackhawks fan. My brother was a Penguins fan, so we kind of went back and forth a little bit between those two teams. But yeah, I've always been a Kaner fan and a Taves fan. So yeah, I'm super excited.
How does that happen in Minnesota?
I don't really know. I've never really. I mean, obviously I'm a Wild fan, but I think my dad was from Chicago, so he kind of brought the Bears a little bit into our household and the Blackhawks. So a lot of Minnesota people don't like it, but I kind of go with it a little bit.
Do you know any of the younger players or prospects in Chicago already?
I don't know. Obviously, I just met Frondell, and so yeah, it's kind of all new to me, and just try to make most of the opportunity and meet new guys, and so yeah, I'm super blessed to be able to be a part of a great organization, and
And why Michigan State for a Minnesota kid?
Yeah, I would say just the development part for me. As I said before, I'm really big on development, and they kind of had a sought-out plan for me on developing, becoming a better hockey player. I think that's really important for me. Is I'm still a raw player, and I think I have a lot of aspects in my game that I can work on. So just with that coaching staff and how, I guess dominant they are with recruiting, making players better. As an example, kind of like the Charlie Stramels, who kind of transitioned to a way better hockey player at Michigan State, and I feel like I try to inflate my game after him a little bit and kind of see myself a little bit like him. So I think it's cool to see his path, and it feels like I can kind of be behind him in those situations.
Sorry to jump back to this, but how did you make the connection with Anders? Who helped you with that?
Yeah, I think one day he actually texted me, and I was super surprised. I think my heart dropped a little bit,
You
too.
don't know how he got your number?
No, I had no idea. I think I had to read it maybe 2 or 3 times to make sure it was him.
Yeah.
But I think he texted me, and then I think I called him the next day, and I was super blessed to be able to have that resource.
Never asked how you got your number.
No, I don't think I asked him, but yeah, it's super cool.
Did you grow up on stories about him? I mean, obviously high school football is a huge thing in your town, and he was so good. And hockey too, like both of them did. As a kid, did you kind of grow up in that community and it was all Anders?
Yeah, I would say it kind of got brought up when I was a freshman or sophomore, when I kind of started being the starting quarterback and made varsity hockey and started doing well in those games. I think that's kind of when it got brought up. Obviously, I think I knew him when I was a kid, just with him being a legend from Edina, so it was super cool to kind of go through his path, but also kind of have my own path. So we kind of have 2 different stories, but they're kind of similar in that sense. But it kind of happened when I was around freshman or sophomore year, kind of got popped up.
And being the dual sport, I mean, you play every sport pretty much from what I understand. So being in a sports city like Chicago, I mean, that's got to fire you up too.
Yeah, super cool. I have family from Chicago, so we always used to go to Cubs games and Bulls games, so I'm pumped up.
You might be throwing a first pitch next week. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe, hopefully. I got to warm up the arm maybe a little bit, but yeah.
Cubs or White Sox?
Cubs. Yeah, I like Wrigley Field a lot, but I mean, I'm gonna probably be both White Sox and Cubs.
Sorry, keep going back to this. Your high school football coach was he the same as back then? Was he the same coach for a while?
He was not. No, he's
Okay.
new. Yeah, he kind of showed up my freshman year, and
Okay, gotcha.
yeah.
What's your favorite thing about the game of hockey?
Yeah, I would just say it's cool watching the teams like Edmonton and Florida. I think I've been around 4 state championships and know what it's like to win and lose. So I think it's super cool to be part of a winning team and winning culture and have 20 guys all in it for the same reason, and that's to win, and not have one guy go off and be selfish. I think it's super cool when you have a winning team and can have that winning feeling. I think that's one of the most important things for me is I just want to win. I'll play any role and be able to do anything for a team, and every time on the ice I'll try to make an impact. So I think the thing for me is the thing I love about hockey most is the winning feeling and seeing, I guess, the Florida Panthers win and stuff like that. It just motivates me to become a better player and work harder.
What's an underrated aspect of your game that you think goes overlooked?
Yeah, I would say my shot. I think I definitely started to play better when I was shooting the puck more, but I think when I went to Fargo, I kind of got comfortable being a passer and try to use that quarterback sense and the power play and making little quick plays, but I definitely can kind of be, I guess, a little bit more selfish and maybe shoot over a pass a couple times. I think that'll maybe give me more opportunities and help me score more goals.
Do you think you're still growing?
I do, yeah. I think I've grown around 3/4 of an inch since Edina, so we might have to slow the growing down a little bit, but yeah, see.
You're 6'6 1/4" now.
Correct, yeah.
How does that work with school, by the way? Go to a Edina,
Yeah.
Fargo.
Yeah, so I did online the second semester last year, and
really?
they're pretty flexible with me. I guess going in person for a little bit of time, or kind of doing that online program through Edina.
You know, you mentioned your shot, and I remember talking to Tage a couple of years ago, where he almost had to redefine himself as he grew, because you can't have the same mechanics as somebody that's 6
sure.
foot. Is that something that you had to kind of learn on the fly, and was there anybody that you could kind of work with or talk to that could help you as you grew into the size you are now?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things for me, obviously, is the development part. I think it was harder for me in the gym to get better and grow a lot faster in those areas, so I really had to adapt to maybe it just took a little bit more time to adapt in those areas, but I think the resources I have at Edina with Kurt Giles and Josh Harding and those guys, I was super blessed to have those resources. I think every day they'd always want me to work on something different, so I would do that after practice and be super blessed to have that support system around me that wants me to get better and achieve my highest potential. So yeah, I would definitely say as I was working on my shot at Edina, they would always want me to do extra stuff before practice, during practice, or after practice for sure.